Thank you. I'm Mr. Lehner, and welcome back to Mr. Lehner's Math Extravaganza, to a nice, smooth, clean-cut, freshly shaven edition of Mr. Lehner's Math Extravaganza, as I support the St. Baldrick's cause for children with cancer. In today's webisode, we're going to be taking a look at estimating decimal calculations. Now, in the last video, I gave you a little sneak peek that estimation was coming up. The nice thing about estimation is you don't have to find an exact answer, and it's a little bit quicker sometimes to figure out, am I close to an answer? Am I going to be around? It gives you kind of a little guesstimation of where you're going to be at. Sometimes it's better to overestimate. Sometimes it's better to underestimate. We're going to take a look at a couple of examples right now. All right, in our first example up here, it says the Hazel Green PTO is buying food for a 6th grade party. I mean, you guessed it already, you know food was coming up. They bought the following items: chips for $2.89, salsa for $1.49, cheese for $2.29, beef for $4.09, and juice for $6.79. Estimate the total bill the PTO must pay. Now, we're working with decimals again. I don't necessarily need to find the exact answer for the cost of these items. Again, we're saying that tax is included, so don't worry about sales tax or county tax as you're going to pay for these. But these are the total prices I'm going to pay. Now, to estimate this, that's going to be helpful for me to understand how much money I need to bring to the store. Again, you don't want to get up to the register and then not have enough money. So when thinking of overestimating or underestimating, I'm probably going to want to overestimate the price so that I'm a little bit higher than it might cost me, so that I have enough money to pay for the items. Whereas if I underestimate and I'm too short on my estimation, I might not have enough money. So let's take a look at a way we can estimate these prices up here. All right, I'm going to start with that first one, the chips. They're $2.89. I'm going to estimate those up to $3. The salsa was $1.49. I can estimate it to about $1.50. Raise it up 1 cent, pretty easy there. The cheese was $2.29. I'm going to estimate that to $2.50 or $2.50. The beef was $4.09. Now, I could round down here and make it $4, but I don't want to underestimate. So I bumped that up to $4.25 just to make sure I've added in some extra cents in there to make sure that I have enough. And then the juice was $6.79, so I estimated it up to $7. If you notice, with all my prices, I estimated up. I wanted to overestimate the price to make sure, to ensure that I had enough money for my total. So if I look at my estimated prices up here, I added them to $18.25. $18.25 would be my estimated total. Now, if you notice, I made my estimations pretty easy. I rounded $2.29 all the way up to $2.50 because $2.50 or $2.50 is easier to add for me. 4.09, yeah, I could have made it $4.10, but I was working with a 50 and a 50 already, so I just bumped it up to 25 because it's like a quarter. I knew I'd be able to add that easy. Same thing with $6.79. I bumped that up to $7 just to make my addition life a little bit easier as I added these prices in to make sure that I had enough money. So, a key point when working with these types of problems is, I know a lot of you guys are going to say, well, I want to find the exact answer. I got to find the exact answer. Let me get my calculator out. Let me figure out the sales price or sales tax on here. Don't worry about that. And the nice thing about estimation is you're just coming up with an estimation. Do the estimation first, because it's going to tell you whether your answer is going to be reasonable or not. My answer, my actual exact answer, is going to be something close to 18.25. And if it's not, I know I've made a mistake. So, if I was looking at this example here, I know that the PTO will be spending around $18.25. So I would say that they need to bring about $20 to cover the cost of our 6th grade party here. And again, I didn't figure out the exact price. But had I figured out the exact price, I know that I'm going to need at least $20 there to cover the cost of the party. So again, those of you that are I need to get the exact answer, I have to find it. Don't worry about it in this lesson. We're just focusing on the estimation. All right, cool part. Your turn up there. This is going to be your question to attack at home. It says, Mia is saving up for a new bike. Her new bike will cost her $139.99. She already has $83.36 saved for her bike. She's doing a great job of saving that piggy bank out there with all those little coins inside. If she saves $16.25 each month, how long will it take her to save enough money to buy her new bike? Estimate your answer. Again, not exact answers, estimation. Think about what it's telling you in the problem, how much her bike costs, how much she already has, and how much she's going to save each month. And we'll figure out how long it's going to take her to get that new bike. I know the paper's out, calculator's ready. Go ahead and get that pencil ready to go as well. Pause that video and we'll see what you come up with. Okay, when looking at this problem, I'm going to estimate this cost very easy. I'm just going to add a penny to it. About $140. I know that she's already got $83.36 saved. I know that she saves $16.25 each month. Maybe she's doing some chores at home, or in this winter we've been having, maybe she shovels a lot of snow. Who knows? But that's what she saves each month. We're going to figure out how to estimate this answer to figure out how long it's going to take before she gets that brand new bike with spring coming around the corner. Okay, so I estimated this to $140. She had $83.36. I decided to round that to about $85. I could have rounded down to $80, but I decided to make it $85. So in this one, I estimated up a little bit to make it $85. But when I came to my price here of how much she saves each month, I rounded that down to $15. Now at home, you may have made this $80 here, you may have made this $15. Your estimations may have been a little bit different, and that's okay too. You can use different strategies to figure this out. This is just a strategy that I decided to choose. So I rounded our savings to $85, and I rounded down to $15 for each month. So I knew that if I added $15 for each month, it would take me 4 months here to get me about $145, which would cover the cost of the bike. So the other way that I kind of thought of this, that was addition I used, where I added $15 each time. I could have figured out it's about $15 each month that I save and multiplied by 4 to come up with that total as well. That was one strategy or operations that I've used. I could have also done it this way. I know that I need $140 for this bike. I already have $85 saved. So I used subtraction. I subtracted the total I need from what I had. I still need $55. So if I still need $55, how long will it take for me to get $55? Well, if I save $15 each month, or about $15 each month, it would take me 4 months to get $60, which would be $145, which would be enough to cover the cost of the bike. So again, a couple different strategies that I've thrown in here. Your estimations may have been different, but you would have come up with 4 months as the correct estimation for saving this bike. So like I said, maybe you're doing this right now. Maybe it's a video game, maybe it's a bike, maybe it's a swimming pool. Who knows what you're trying to buy for this warm weather that's hopefully going to come up for us. But you can use estimation to help you figure out these real life situations as you encounter them. Thank you for tuning into the smooth edition of Mr. Lainer's Math Extravaganza. As always, we'll see you next time.